Regionchat is a public channel used to talk with other Warframe players. A simple, harmless purpose, right? Unfortunately not. As Regionchat is filled with the most braindead, corny gooner, weirdo Twitter users that unironically think their mindset is right. Many others have expressed the same feelings about Regionchat, as I have. This is why Regionchat needs a cleansing, a baptism, whatever would actually rid the world of this chat. A little dramatic, but it's so bad. Which for the bot tenno, you might have heard Regionchat to be absolutely terrible or cancerous. These things are true. But let's maybe take a stroll down memory lane on how it even gained this reputation. Regionchat has seemingly been here since the game has existed, and as a result of this, it has gone through many changes. UI becoming different, the sense of humor, the types of people that occupy it too, and especially the lingo. Though these changes in my eyes are not good changes at all. Current day Regionchat is just unbearable half the time. It's an unreadable dribble that's either somewhere in the trash, people sitting in horrible fashion frames that I would rather burn than have the possibility of blinding someone. Though with the old Regionchat I couldn't say much about it, as you know, it was when the game was new. I'm not sure what they would talk about other than towers and or just cracking relics in the void and having Rhino and Loki beef all the time. Sounds really nice when I think about it, it was so simple. Nowadays you'll never find stuff like that, but how did we get here? Let me get into that. The first thing I'll break down that makes Regionchat so unique compared to every other chat in Warframe are, as I've coined it, metas. Region metas are defined in my books as what's the usual environment within the Regionchat. These may last hours, days or months at the longest, as Regionchat also evolves alongside the game. The three things that affect Regionchat greatly are 1. The update that's the newest, forums and usually the discourse within the game as well as the memes. Now out of all those things I just stated, 2 become a humongous issue. Can you guess? If you said the following, Warframe Reddit and Warframe Discord, you would be correct. Now if you are a dunce and said it was the forums that affected it, dunce chair you go. Also I literally showed it on screen, dude. Anyway, if we were to guess how much these things I've listed affect the way Regionchat is conducted, well, we all know what cancer is gonna be at the top of this percentage BS. No shot, it's Discord and Reddit. With the amount of people that go here just to talk about stuff, and the small lesser known groups that do the same, it's bound to foster the trash you see in Region. Let's maybe delve into one of these cancers. Starting with Reddit. Now the Warframe Reddit has a lot of things to it. It's an annoying circle jerk of, Warframe so peak. Warframe is so good, Warframe can murder my family and I'll still love it. Now did the last happen? Not that I know of. But that sums how insane this place is for Warframe, but, due to it being Reddit, if you don't have the most common opinion you will be scorned, as it is oh so commonplace on this horrible site. With the nature of this Reddit being full of this circle jerking, horrible fashion frames, and completely censoring other people's opinions on the game, you could imagine it bleeds into Region. It very much does. This is seen with how they react to criticism of the game. I'll even put it on screen. And if you don't believe me, do it yourself, you'll see how fast they will attack and silence your opinion. Back to the example. I go into the Region, I say this current update sucks. I'm bombarded with messages of, if you don't like the game, stop playing, or the alternative, yo you said you hate Warframe. I must tell you that your opinion doesn't matter because other people are enjoying it, even if it's basically unplayable. Then the people who have criticism that would benefit the game leave, and then the circle jerk repeats over and over again. The only time they do not do this is, on rare occasions, is with Railjack, or Scarlet Sphere. Because now it's a problem when it's undefendable and actually affects everyone and they can't sweep it under the rug now. And sadly, even though they should have done this with 1999, Part 2, they did not. It's strange how this hive mind functions, but they're the definition of toxic positivity. They only want to hear the good stuff and never the bad, as it'll ruin the Warframe community's squeaky clean look. Which is really sad, and again this is seen in Region as well. Now let's move to the shitfest that is, the Warframe Discord. So, already let's point out what we see. I already see the same weird stuff shoved everywhere, so I guess that also fits with what I also see with Regions and all the other places. I was however actually surprised it was moderated pretty well, but I was immediately disappointed again. This specific rule of no dev bashing. Immediately, I was thrown off. Not because I love hating on the devs, totally not. Though, it's heavily limiting any actually conversation because, talking about other topics other than mindless glaze is so bad under these people. Anyway, let's continue viewing. It doesn't appear as bad as Region, which again is so surprising to me. I'd expect it to be full of just lame weirdos, and even though it is in my opinion, it is super duper well kept. Of course you get the same unfunny, lame jokes or that one weirdo in chat, but they usually act as normal as you can get with Warframe creatures. Though the fashion frame in this server is fucking terrible, dude. This seems to be a constant in every spot, and it's really making me wonder why the hell no one is saying anything about these fashion frames. Like what is that? It's not even changed all that much other than a few colors, lamau. Anyway, I've noticed two things that are equally the same within all the community hotspots that will forever be a huge negative. They all silence your opinion on the game if it is negative. Or scrub it to the point nobody will ever see it. Again, this is a perfect example of toxic positivity within Warframe, it is full of it. And does this hurt the game? Yes, look at the Valkyrie rework and the response. People do not really like it if you look just a little closer, and guess what happens to them? They are made fun of. They're overreacting or just told to not play. These DE cucks are everywhere in these places, and for example, I'll show you some responses to the Valkyrie rework being heavily disliked and the deblazers acting like it was good, and the excuses. Oh my god, the excuses are so much. Anyway, how might this tie back with Region? All these issues stated by all of these are found in Region, in at least one way. Let me make a little comparison between all of them. For starters, all of them are full of the weird degeneracy that plagues all of these little groups and spreads through each one seemingly all the same. They also equally all have about the same lingo, the differentness between sites, but are all equally unfunny as fuck to hear. These aspects are quite literally so obvious the moment you enter any one of these spaces, and especially Region. Region is probably the worst out of the bunch, as the other two places' problems bleed seamlessly into it, and well, you could see how Region becomes mid just from that. Another big thing that bleeds from these two, is the toxic positivity. Unfortunately, all of these things share this, and well, it makes talking about anything that's a problem in this game, impossible. It's like banging my head into a wall if you bother to have an intellectual discussion with these creatures, but maybe that's on me trying to communicate with lower life forms. Now, how could we fix this region chat problem? Probably get really good moderation like the Discord specifically. Weird to say, I know, but literally it is the only place you can talk to people without the weird furry gay person femboy saying, femboy warframe cock or something like that, just being super annoying. But will any sort of, well, serious moderation happen with region chat? Probably not. D. E is gonna do the bare minimum and just censor slurs but allow to generate gross and really bad gatekeeping continue. All to save face and make their game look as good as possible. I honestly think region chat will forever be inhabitable due to how little DE bothers to moderate it, how the community has completely taken in this toxic positivity mindset, and ignore any valid criticism the game gets, which leads to all the other spots becoming just as bad. Overall, region chat will forever be a cesspit of just the worst things you could have in a chat, and nobody will do anything about it because they're way too incompetent to do anything. Even though there are so many videos showing how bad it really is. Video is finally over. Lol. In my eyes, I have never really messed with this chat, and never found it funny. Though I guess I am a little biased as this was where I got banned. Lol. Anyway, the Discord server will soon be up in due time. Y'all better be ready. And please, if you watch to the very end, you'll like another video I made probs, and you should totally subscribe. Thanks viewer, have a good day, or don't, choice is yours.